Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the chemical properties of acids, bases, and salts. Right? In the previous class, we have discussed about some chemical properties like acids react with metals, acids react with metal carbonates, and acids react with metal bicarbonates. The things we discussed, right? Right. So in the reaction, acid react with metals. There you get the products like what? Salt and hydrogen gas you get over there, and hydrogen gas you tested with a burning candle or a burning matchstick. If you take that will put up by making a pop sound. And metal bicarbonate, if you taking, if you reacting with acid, there you will get carbon dioxide gas, salt and water molecule you will get over there. And the carbon dioxide you are testing like when you taking the lime water, that lime water is changing into the milky white. So that is the indication to the identifying of the presence of carbon dioxide and identifying the presence of hydrogen gas. So that things we discussed in the previous topic now. Right. Now let us discuss some further things like right. Right. So let us discuss neutralization reaction. What we call it as neutralization reaction. Neutralization. Right. So neutralization. What is mean by neutralization? Neutral means what? Neutral means zero. Neutral means zero. What is mean by neutral? Zero. What happens to zero? Right. So that is acid is there or a base is there, that is neutralized by. Suppose if acid is there, that is neutralized by the base. If base is there, that is neutralized by the acid. Okay? So for that, I'll tell you one experiment. You just try to imagine, right? So if possible, I'll show the video, right? But just you try to imagine that. Okay? And you learned about the indicators, no? Right. So now tell me that. Suppose in a beaker, I have some base, any base. Suppose I have a base, right? So for that I have added a phenolphthalein indicator. Which color we are going to get? Yes, pink color we are going to get, right? So for this now I am adding. Drop by drop. Drop by drop acid I am going to add. HCl I am going to add. Drop by drop I am going to add. Then what happens? After some time, if you keep on adding like that, the pink color will be disappears. The pink color will be disappears. That means what happens over there? When the base is there in the phenolphthalein, that is giving the pink color. Now what happens to pink color? That means now base is not there, right? So that is base is there, but that base is neutralized by the acid. The base is neutralized by the acid. That means if we add again some base, again if you add a few drops of base, if you add, that will again give the pink color. Why? Because first of all little amount of base is there, further you add acid, that is neutralized. Now again if you add base, that is not neutralized, again more than the neutralization, no? Right? So that is when you add again the base, again it will give the pink color, right? So that is what, in that case you can understand the neutralization, no? Right? From that we'll write a definition over there, right? So what is meant by neutralization, right? So neutralization is a reaction. Neutralization is a reaction of acid and a base. Neutralization is a reaction of acid and a base to give salt and water. That is neutralization is a reaction. That is neutralization is a reaction of acid and base to give salt and water. Right? Let us write little more perfect. Right? What is neutralization reaction? Right. Acid and base, when they both react, they form salt and water. That reaction is said to be neutralization. Now we have a doubt over there. How much acid is there? How much base is there? That is it. A minimum proportion should be there. A minimum proportion should be there to neutralize that. That is, suppose any acid is there, to neutralize that we need some proportion of base. Proportion means some amount of base. If you add a little base, that will not become neutralized, no? Suppose here also, if base is there, if you are adding only 2 to 3 drops of acid, that will not act like a neutralization reaction. No? We are adding some amount of acid continuously. That is, particular proportion is there. That is minimum amount of acid and base. The minimum amount of acid and base, they react to give a salt and water. That we call as a neutralization reaction. What we called it over there? Neutralization reaction. For that we'll write an example. Any acid you take, right? So we'll take HCl, our favorite acid, right? So far we are discussing from 6th class HCl only. What is HCl? Hydrochloric acid, right? And we'll discuss a base, again my favorite and our favorite, sodium hydroxide, right? HCl and NaOH, hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide, acid and base. They produce what? Salt and water, right? So we don't know the water. I mean, we don't know the salt. We know only water, right? So take out the water here, H and OH, right? So what is there? Let us cut this, and I'm writing H2O plus H2O plus H2O remove, no? NaCl plus NaCl, water and salt, let us cut this, water and salt, right? So what we are getting over there, when acid and base react, they produce water and salt, right? Any reaction you take, if it is produces water and salt, that is said to be neutralization reaction. You can write number of reactions like this. So we'll take a H2SO4 plus I'll take here MgOH taken twice. What is MgOH taken twice? Right, magnesium hydroxide. What is that? Magnesium hydroxide. H2SO4 is a sulfuric acid, right? Sulfuric acid and magnesium hydroxide, right? Now you see this, in this reaction we have 2 hydrogens and here 2 hydrogens plus 2 oxygens, totally 4 hydrogens plus 2 oxygens. 4 hydrogens plus 2 oxygens are there. So that release as H2O. How many H2O? 2 H2O plus MgSO4, that is water and salt. That reaction is said to be neutralization reaction, right? Remember, any reaction you take, if it is forming water and salt, only water and salt, no other substance, like carbon dioxide we get in a metal carbonate reaction, no? Not like that. We need to get only water and salt. That reaction is said to be neutralization reaction. Is that clear? Right, very clear. Let us discuss one further. That is, I am going to discuss about metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic in nature. Suppose the statement. That question is given to you. Metal oxides are basic in nature. Support the statement. A question comes. How will you do that? That means, so in the question only answer is there. You see there, metal oxides are basic. That means they have the basic nature. They are only giving the information. They are asking to support the statement. They are giving the information only. They are saying to what? To support that. That means metal oxides are base. Right? Then how to support that? Based on the neutralization reaction. Right? So here what happens here in the neutralization reaction? When acid and base react, we'll get a salt and water, no? Right? So here base is there. When you reacting this with the acid, you need to get salt and water. If that produce salt and water, then that is basic in nature. If not, not basic. Right? So let us discuss metal oxide. Here we will take a metal oxide like CaO. I am taking a metal oxide CaO, that is base, and I am taking an acid called H2SO4. You see this H2O is there, no? H2O, that is forms like H2O, and remaining CaSO4, salt. Right? Completed. CaO plus H2SO4. There we got H2O, water, CaSO4, calcium sulfate, salt, water and salt form uno. That means this reaction is similar to neutralization reaction. This reaction similar to neutralization reaction. Even though there is a no base, but only the presence of acid and a metal oxide, right? So when you comparing this reaction with the neutralization reaction, that is, in the neutralization reaction we are taking a acid and a base, there you will get salt and water. Then you compare that reaction with this one, when you taking a metal oxide and acid, they are producing salt and water. When you taking a metal oxide and acid, they are producing salt and water. That means what? Even though there is no presence of base, they are producing the salt and water. So acid is there, absence of base is there. That base place replaced by the metal oxide. So that we can say what? Metal oxides are basic in nature. What we can say it as? Metal oxides are basic in nature, right? So let us write one more reaction here. We will write MgO, magnesium oxide, right? So we'll take HCl. So we'll write a reaction like H2O plus, right? H2O. Why? Because already we proved. So we are writing reaction. H2O, two hydrogens are there. Here one hydrogen is there, no? I'm writing here 2. So H2O is going away in the form of H2O, and this 2 belongs to chlorine also, no? So 2 chlorines will be there and Mg is there. So we'll get MgCl2. Again water and salt. That is, when you're reacting a metal oxide with acid, you will get salt and water. So you can say that by comparing with the neutralization reaction, metal oxides are basic in nature. Metal oxides are basic in nature. Then I have a doubt. What about non-metal oxides? Yes, non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. That we need to prove again, right? So what I am telling that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, right? So again they are only giving the information and asking us to prove this. That is, support the statement. Non-metal oxides. First you need to know the non-metal oxide, right? So there CaO is a metal oxide, MgO is a metal oxide. You can take Na2O, K2O, Al2O3. So like this you can take this metal oxides. And remember, if you are perfect in the crisscross method, then only you will get the formulas. Otherwise, if I said to write sodium oxide, you might write NaO, right? So Na2O is a sodium oxide, right? So children, you do practice crisscross method. Okay, why? Because to get the formulas. Okay children, so those who are in 9th B in the last year, for them also I made it to prepare, right? And in IC section also, for them also made it to prepare, right? So crisscross method is a compulsory thing to get the formulas. Without that you won't get any formulas. Suppose I said to write magnesium oxide, means you will write something, magnesium oxide MgO. Suppose I said to write sodium hydroxide NaOH, you will write something, right? So elements you should perfect, 30 elements you should perfect, configurations you should perfect, crisscross method also you should perfect. What are that? Elements, configurations, crisscross method. These 3 things you should perfect. Today I'll give you the homework, that one only, you see, right? What we are discussing now? Non-metal oxides, right? So non-metal oxides are acidic in nature, right? So they are giving information and asking us to prove it. Okay? So we need to take a non-metal oxide. So I am taking a non-metal oxide here, like CO2. CO2 is a non-metal oxide. Carbon is a non-metal, and reacting with, that is, carbon is a non-metal. Carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide. Carbon dioxide will say, no, non-metal oxide, and that reacting with a base. Right? So we'll get here base, no? So we'll get a base like NaOH, right? So we'll take here water. Again we are saying that water here forms that a salt and water it forms. What is that forms? Salt and water it forms. So I'm writing the formula of water here, H2O plus H2O we are writing now. Here how many hydrogens are there? Only one hydrogen is there. So I'm writing here 2. I'm writing here 2. So now 2 hydrogens completed. Here 2 oxygens are there. 1 oxygen completed. Now what will be there here? 2 Na will be there. 1 oxygen will be there. That they can form like 2 NAs, no? Na2. 1 oxygen will be there, no? That oxygen comes to here and forms Na2CO3. That is sodium carbonate and water. Sodium carbonate is a salt and water is water, right? So when you compare this reaction again to the neutralization reaction, that is when acid and base react, we will get salt and water. In the same way, when a non-metal oxide react with a base, again we are getting water and salt. Even though there is no presence of the acid, non-metal oxide that is acting like a acid and produces salt and water. Okay, so that is water. By this you can compare what non-metal, that is you can support what non-metal oxides are acidic in nature and metal oxides are basic in nature, right? So these things you should learn. And right, is that clear? Right, once again we'll say neutralization means when acid and base react, they produce salt and water. Simple thing. Right, any reaction if you take there, if they produce salt and water, that is a neutralization reaction. And how much amount of acid and base we should add? A minimum amount we should add. Minimum amount we should add to get to neutralize the acid or base. Right? So that is one neutralization reaction. And metal oxides are basic in nature. What we are saying it as metal oxides are basic in nature. So that is if you are taking a metal oxide with acid, then also you will get salt and water. And non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. If you are taking a non-metal oxide with a base, they also producing a salt and water. Right? So that is the thing regarding the neutralization reaction and the comparisons of neutralization reactions. Right? So let us discuss another class. Okay, so do practice children, you especially 10th class children, do practice. Okay, right.